Emmitt Smith, the ball carrier, gets across the 30 to about the 32, stopped by Kylie Wong.
You know, I wonder what a weather guy would call this, where you mix smoke from the halftime show with water. I mean, like in chemistry, you'd have to have something where you have water coming down from the skies and then mixing when it gets down here into the stadium with smoke.
Well, they have like a hemiture or something like that, don't they? Those weather people?
I mean, H2O plus
SMO. Ooh. Kenny Wright hit Jason Tucker. That's a dinger.
Yeah, when that was the dinger, I thought that was Robert Griffith, because he's the guy in that Vikings secondary that hits that way. But this is the corner, Kenny Wright.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a form tackle. That's the kind when you start the first day of practice and you're teaching form tackling, that's the way you teach them to tackle.
3rd and 5.
Kenny Wright knocked a lot of water out of the turf on that one,
he
too.
Did. That cleared up the air. Here's Aikman dropping. Quick pass over the middle to Wayne McGarity, who's close to a first down. Not sure. He says it is.
You know, it's interesting that DJ Johnson was saying Denny Green said it's tough to throw because it's hard to cut. And we know that Troy Aikman doesn't like to throw a wet ball.
But he's throwing it pretty well.
I know. And so the combination of him throwing a wet ball and his guys having to cut on a wet track, they're doing pretty well.
Dave Campo was informed today that he'll be back next year as the Cowboys head coach. I'm sure he's a little bit more at peace. Not that he was ever in danger. Here's Emmitt Smith again. And Emmitt flashes into the secondary. The ball's loose, and Emmitt grabs his head. Talance Sawyer comes up with it. Emmitt grabbed his head on the way down when the ball flew out.
When he was right behind Solomon Page. Now we know that Emmitt Smith always carries a ball in his left hand, and then at the end of the play he wraps his right hand around it. You see Ed McDaniel, number 58, came in from the side, and you watch 58. He's going to not only knock the ball out, but he looks like he hits him head to head. Or maybe when he hits him in the head, that knocks the ball out.
He sort of got sandwiched in between.
Yeah, that was Ed McDaniel. I mean, he came and put the whack on him. And Talent Sawyer was the only guy there to jump on it.
And Emmitt still down, moving his arms.
That was quite a blow by Ed McDaniel.
Really,
and he had quite a run at it, too. I mean, it wasn't run right at him. He came across the field.
And there was no give on the other side because he was sandwiched in between two Vikings.
You watch him right there. In fact, he did get say it was Robert Griffith was on one side and Ed McDaniel on the other side.
People take hostages all over the world.
You're not a part of it, right?
How much would you risk?
Your husband isn't dead. He's alive. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure he gets home safe.
To save a total stranger.
You don't spend that much time working on a deal and kill your hostage. Maybe there are no more deals.
Meg Ryan.
You told me my husband was coming home.
Russell Crowe.
I told you you'd have to trust me, and you said you could.
Proof of Life. Rated R. Starts Friday, December 8th.
This is not a photo, it's a digital image. And this is not a photo, it's a computer image. It's not a photo until you print it on jet print photo paper.
So you print this on your inkjet printer?
Whether you get images from a digital camera, scanner, photo CD, or email, Jet Print Photo lets you print studio quality pictures at home. When you can get the look and feel of professional photos, why settle for anything less? Jet Print Photo, how digital photos are finished.
Fox Monday.
Stand up, Mr. Wilkins.
Corporal punishment may be legal, but is it right?
I did not give him a lesion.
You will not take your paddle to anyone.
David E. Kelly's Boston Public.
Care to grab a cup of coffee? I could bring my paddle. Wow.
All new at 8/7 Central Fox Monday.
There's Emmitt Smith, who's sitting up now, so that's encouraging. He grabbed his head after he was hit on the way down. Now he's up. But he really got sandwiched between Griffith and McDaniel.
Yeah, Robert Griffith, the strong safety, was the first guy up there, and he hit him with his shoulder. Ed McDaniel came in from the side, and it looked like helmet to helmet.
Yep.
Now watch Robert Griffith there with his shoulder. He hits him here. Now that doesn't knock the ball out. Now watch right there.
That's helmet to
contact
helmet.
right there. And that's when the ball comes out after that. And Emmitt Smith kind of goes down. As you said, he was grabbing his head or his face mask before he went down. I think that shot there when Ed McDaniel hit him, I think that knocked him out.
I think it did too. I think he was out on the way down. He was smiling just a second ago, though. And they're taking him, I believe, to the locker room.
Yeah, and rightly so. I mean, he was, as you say, he was hit by Robert Griffith first, and then it was that one when McDaniel hit him. That one knocked him out.
And then Sawyer came up with the recovery. The Vikings try to screen, and the Cowboys are all over it. Michael Myers smelled it coming.
You wonder why the Vikings even try and screen. I mean,
why, yeah.
Look, you can just tell the way Emmitt Smith is walking there that, that he's been knocked out.
You would say gingerly, I think, wouldn't you?
Well, you would say not on a straight line.
Yeah.
You would say...
yeah. We'll have a report.
Yeah, they're taking him in now, and that's going up the tunnel to the Cowboy locker room.
2nd and 15. Minnesota lost 5. Here's Robert Smith. He gets much of it back. Third quarter, 9 minutes, 10 seconds left to play. Minnesota 17, Dallas 9.
That was a good block by the left guard, Corbin Lucina. It was a trap play, where the left guard pulls across to the right. You see the left guard, he's going to pull across and trap here. See, right there's the trap, and he just runs right by it. I mean, that's a pretty good call and a pretty good trap play.
3rd and 5. Culpepper in the shotgun. Moves Chris Carter a bit. Now drops to throw. Looking and throwing and complete to Johnny McWilliams. And a Viking first down.
I was watching Dante Culpepper in practice and watching him on film, and every time he gets in the shotgun, he looks so comfortable. I talked to him about that the other day, and he said that in his senior year in college, he used a lot of shotgun. And he said it really doesn't make any difference whether he's up under the center or in the shotgun. He said it's where his linemen want him. He said if the tackles ask him to be in the shotgun, he lines up in the shotgun.
And again, he had all kinds of time. Protection was great.
Yeah, he's had all kinds of time most of the day.
Hurry. They just barely got it away. Culpepper throws. Pass caught by Carter. Carter's out of bounds. Inside the Dallas 20.
Chris Carter, we've been watching Chris Carter for 14 years play this game, and it just seems, and in fact, we were saying the other day, even to him, that he looks younger, and he looks better, and he looks stronger, and he looks faster than he's ever been. I mean, if a guy has a secret to aging or not aging,
Chris Carter,
I think it's Chris Carter.
He's a heck of a player. Here's Robert Smith. And let's send you down now to DJ Johnson.
Hey, Pat and John, a sight you're not used to seeing, Emmitt Smith being taken off the field like that. I got to see him in a tunnel. He looked over at one of the trainers and said, "Was I knocked out?" And the trainer told him, yeah, and he started laughing hysterically. But then the other trainer told him, you lost the ball also. He's like, oh, I can't believe it. I got knocked out and lost the ball. But I tell you what, he was smiling, he was clear-eyed, and he seems to be okay. Back up to you, Pat and John.
He can't believe he lost the ball. So that means he was out on the way down.
Don't get fooled by that smiling. There's a lot of guys that have been smiling when they're knocked out and didn't know they were knocked out or
Culpepper with plenty of time again. The pass is caught. That's Chris Walsh, who was knocked out of bounds, but came down with the ball before he did.
Chris Walsh, the old special teams guy. He's one of Denny Green's favorite players. In fact, Chris Walsh played at Stanford for Denny Green. And he doesn't get to catch a lot of passes. He does a heck of a job of catching that pass and keeping both feet in bounds. He doesn't do a lot of it. His main job is to play special teams. And he is a good, tough special teams guy.
Third down, about 4. The Cowboys want a timeout. Something didn't suit them, and so they called the timeout. That means they have 2 left here in the second half.
I don't think they had enough guys in the field.
Our first lesson this morning will be the sit and stay command. And say sit, stay, sit, stay, sit,
This dog's in big trouble.
Buy online, return to the store.
No problem.
BestBuy.com. It wasn't that easy.
We can expect in the coming months. His Director of Product Development, Paul Noon.
My speech.
Got it.
Nortel Networks is building the new high-performance internet, the wireless internet, with optical technology that makes it faster.
Overall, this has been an exciting
and more
year.
reliable.
But the next few months will mark the beginning of a new Gesundheit.
Come together.
In fact, with technology changing
over me.
Keep going, keep going. We almost had it.
Sorry, guys.
Can we get another one, please? Okay, let's do this again.
Okay.
One more time.
Yeah.
This holiday season, Miller Lite wishes you safe and happy Miller times.
This Fox NFL special is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. By Nortel Networks, we're building the new high-performance internet. By Best Buy, the place to find the magical gifts. Turn on the fun. And by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
You were awfully good at carving up the turducken.
Yeah, that's a cookie bouquet. Look, here's why they call timeout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, that's an official. Anyway, they only had 10 guys. And you see Spellman was a guy, Alonzo Spellman.
Yep.
He went out, and then he didn't get back in. So the Cowboys only had 10 men on the field.
So it's 3rd and 4. They're showing blitz. And here comes the clean blitz, and it's incomplete. Mo Williams might have been the closest receiver.
And the closest guy to Dante Culpepper was Darren Hambrick. And it was a blitz,
Yep.
and they came right up the middle, and no one blocked number 54. You just watch Hambrick. He comes free right up the middle right there, and he had to throw there. Dante Culpepper was talking to Randy Moss as they went off the field. I think he was probably telling them that you know, you have a break off. If they come in a blitz, you have to break it off quicker.
Gary Anderson, and the kick from 29 yards away is good. And the Vikings increase their lead. Here's Culpepper and Moss.
Millions of people have seen the future, and now you can own it.
But I've never seen anything like this before.
X-Men. With 10 minutes of never-before-seen footage. Buy it today.
Which of the following internet services offers a choice of free, premium, or broadband internet access? Not AOL, Not Net Zero. Not the Microsoft network. It's Juno.
Tomorrow, for just 4 hours from 7 to 11 a.m. at Sears, David Taylor dress shirts will be 50% off. And David Taylor ties, 50% off. But only until 11, and only at Sears. Give the good life at a great price, guaranteed.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Looks like we're delayed.
Oh, let me just check my stocks. Ooh, wireless trading. That's a leap of faith.
Yeah.
I need research and analyst reports before I'd ever buy a stock.
And so do I.
Fidelity, a leader in wireless trading, now with more research and access than ever.
You get all that?
Yeah. See, it's not such a leap after all.
To invest, call, click, or visit Fidelity. System availability and response time may be subject to market conditions.
Which of the following providers of dial-up internet services ranks among the top 3 in terms of active subscribers? Not Microsoft, not AT&T, not Net Zero, not Prodigy. It's Juno.
Tonight, Fox turns Thanksgiving into Shagsgiving.
Well, don't look at me like I'm frickin' Frankenstein. Give your father a hug.
Austin Powers, tonight at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
This is what the argument was about. Now watch Randy Moss here. He is open, and he does cut that thing off, and he doesn't get it. And watch how upset he gets, and then I mean, you can't do this, but I mean, he's a fiery competitor, and he starts yelling at Dante Culpepper, and Culpepper comes right back to him because, remember, that was the one that Darren Hambrick was right on him, and Culpepper
I don't think he could see
him.
He couldn't see Moss is exactly what happened, because Hambrick was right in his face.
And then Sherm Lewis, the offensive coordinator, comes over and tries to calm him down, but Randy Moss would have no part. Do you see him walk away from the conversation?
Here's Tucker. Cut down. This week on Fox Sports Net, we've got a full slate of gridiron action starting tomorrow with a special edition of college football Saturday beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Then on Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, number 1, Oklahoma takes on in-state rival Oklahoma State. Tune to Fox Sports Net on your local cable or satellite provider.
You know, and eventually you have to get back to that. I mean, you get fired up, and you're a competitor, and you want everything to go in.
This is Chris Warren, high stepping for a Cowboy first down.
You see Robert Griffith hit him. Robert Griffith brought everything he had, and then he had to get up and check his helmet.
Chris Warren is a big guy, and he's had some, at Seattle particularly, some great games and years.
Right, and Robert Griffith, number 24, is going to see an unload on him. Watch Robert Griffith. His right leg goes up in the air, and he went back and he was checking his helmet to make sure he had all his parts.
Chris Warren's 230 pounds. That won't help him now. Into the middle and stopping everything is Kylie Wong.
Spam giving. Now that's from Austin, Minnesota. You know, I was born in Austin, Minnesota.
I know you were.
Yep, and that's Hormel, and that's where they make Spam.
Now, when's the last time you had Spam?
When I was in Austin, Minnesota, which was 2 years ago. Remember when we were doing those games up there?
Yeah.
I went home and saw all my people, all the Maddens and Flahertys, and in Austin, Minnesota, that's what they have. They have Spam every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Here's Aikman, dumps it up the middle to Tucker, who ducks under Minnesota tacklers, crosses the 40.
Yeah, Tony Williams, the defensive tackle of the Vikings, was right on Troy Aikman. And that's the thing that bothers him. You know, Troy Aikman was telling us yesterday that after the season, he's going to evaluate whether he plays anymore or not. And he said for the first time in his career, he's going to consider the physical part. He said he's evaluated before what he wants to do, how long he wants to play. He said, but this year with the concussions, and more specifically the back, he's going to evaluate.
And now he's got a cold to go along with it. He has time this time, and the pass is out to McGarity right through his hands. What a good throw by Aikman.
I'll tell you,
that's right there.
Yeah, Troy Aikman is going to go down whenever he goes out of this game as one of the top quarterbacks who ever played.
3 Super Bowl rings.
He's won games. He's won the Super Bowl, and he has that accuracy. I mean, just watch. I mean, to be able to throw a ball like that on a day like this, he doesn't like throwing those things, but he puts it right in their hands all the time.
That ball is right there.
If you ever watch him in practice, he's as close to perfect as you can watch.
Barry Cantrell. Walters back to return it at the 20. Up to the 30. There's the old cruiser in the rain.
Yep, we got in here, and there's Joe Mitchell, one of my drivers, putting the thing. You see, we got the old 6-legged turkey here.
Yep. Yeah. But now we got to go to. You got to go to St. Louis. We'll be there for Sunday's game.
Yeah, then
you gonna eat all that between here and there?
Well, I got the turkey, I got the turducken. You see all those pies? I got yams, I got sweet potato pie, I got mashed potato.
And the Vikings get it back. The ball came flying out, and nobody saw it until the Vikings fell on it.
That ball, they're not doing a very good job of keeping it dry right now, because you can see, watch as the ball goes down there, you can see how wet that ball is.
Yep.
And watch every step that they make. And the Vikings have different shoes on. You see water fly out of there. And when the water flies out of there, it's going to fly on the ball.
Recovered by David Dixon.
See, now there's the case I was talking about. You take a wet towel and wipe off a wet ball, and you still have a wet ball.
Still going to be wet. Second and about 8. Here's Culpepper back to throw out to Randy Moss. Moss stopped by Hambrick, short of a first down, a couple of yards.
That's one of the things they probably talked about, is get the ball back to Randy Moss and get him off that other stuff.
That doesn't help it dry.
I think I'd throw that one out.
Yeah.
As DJ Johnson said earlier, they have 36 balls, 24 for the regular playing of the game, and 12 kicking balls.
3rd and 2. And Culpepper goes back in that shotgun again. Walsh is the man in motion. Here comes the blitz. And here comes Spellman chasing and throwing is Culpepper, and he's got Moss open. And they get a first down.
Ooh, and he was lucky there because Alonzo Spellman ran right by Stringer. Watch Corey Stringer here, the right tackle. Alonzo Spellman here. He just beats him right there. Corey Stringer doesn't even get a hand on him. But Culpepper, did you see? Either Culpepper saw him,
I'm sure he did,
or felt him coming, because he ran away from him. Bought a little time. Watch, here comes Spellman. I don't know that he looked to see him, but he sure felt him.
He felt it.
To move to your left and then step up to complete that pass.
He's a guy who's big enough to hear him coming. Here's Robert Smith again. And Smith stays on his feet and gets the Viking first down. Just rips it straight ahead.
There was a time when people said that Robert Smith wouldn't run inside, that Robert Smith wouldn't run hard, that he liked to go outside, to run out of bounds, to do all those things. I don't know if that was ever true, but I'll tell you right now, it's not true now.
No. He is, if that were ever true, he's had a change of mind.
He's running like a football player now.
He's the deep back. And he gets another carry. This time, not much doing. To about the 35. 20-9. Minnesota leads with less than a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Here comes Matthew Hatchett.
Look at this, missed tackles. Last week against Baltimore, the Cowboys missed 21 tackles. And that was part of the problem. I mean, part of the problem, they were really overmatched against the Ravens.
Yep.
But they did miss a lot of tackles. Today, they've missed 9 tackles so far, which is an improvement.
Mo Williams is in front of Robert Smith in the Minnesota backfield. Culpepper looking and throwing as far as he can throw, it looks like. And the pass is caught by Moss. Touchdown. He is absolutely amazing.
Where Felipe Sparks was right there. Everyone is right there with Randy Moss. And somehow they just get mesmerized.
And how does he get his feet down at the end of this?
I've always said I would throw 2 1/4 to this guy. 2 passes deep 1/4, because all you have to do is throw it up there and he's going to come down with it. I mean, he bumps a little, and then he not only knows how to come down with it, how to catch it, but where his feet are. Look at this concentration. He has possession, and he has both. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. Yeah. Here's the feet now. We're going to see it. It's where that white line meets the blue line.
Still, I can't see his feet.
No, we don't see the feet there. So you have to.
This one is going to be challenged.
It's all about possession, the hands and the feet. You have to have both the hands and the feet.
This one is going to be challenged by Dave Campo. I'm not sure about that one. Are you?
Well, I haven't seen the feet yet.
I haven't either.
Because we can see he has the ball. And then you
if he's got the ball now,
you can't see if that left foot's on the line.
You can't see the left toe. That's right.
Oh. But does he have body control to do that? I mean, you talk about concentration and catching the ball and hands.
You just think about Felipe Sparks. Last week he gave up a touchdown catch, the first touchdown to
Quadre Ismail.
Yeah. And now this one, and he's had good coverage on both of them.
As good as you can. See, he's going to have a problem right here because we don't have any pictures that really show the feet and the hands. And they ruled it or called it on the field a touchdown. So remember, it has to be indisputable evidence. So I don't know how he's going to see any indisputable evidence.
You said
it's not a touchdown.
You said you were never going to forget that word again.
No, I know it. It's up in there. It's like
it's up in there. Yeah.
Like they take one of those branding irons and brand it ironed into my head.
Indisputable. Denny Green. Talk about guys who've done tremendous jobs. I mean, he's been at Minnesota. He's been the head coach 9 years. Never finished.
Play. The ruling on the field stands.
Ruling
touchdown.
stands.
This will be charged with their second timeout.
Denny has never finished under 500. He's had 7 different quarterbacks in 9 years, and still has the Vikings year after year in contention.
Yeah, I mean, when he lost Randall Cunningham, Jeff George, he loses Jeff Christie, he loses Randall McDaniel, his guard, center, both quarterbacks. Everyone thought that's they're going to rebuild. They're not going to be anything for a couple of years. And he comes back and he's better this year without those guys and with these new guys than he was a year ago.
He's done a remarkable job.
Although I thought they were the best 2 years ago when, remember, they lost to Atlanta in that championship. I thought they were going to the Super Bowl that year.
Anderson's extra point is good. Now that touchdown by Moss, those last 2 touchdowns by Moss are just a remarkable athlete making plays. The discussion between Dave Campo and the officials continues. Not going to change anything, but the discussion continues.
Yeah, and again,
Tony Corrente is the referee.
And we go back that they would have to see something to change it because they called it a touchdown.
And we didn't have anything to show them.
This is what we have to start thinking about now. There's so many Vikings and so few turkey legs.
Well,
but Randy Moss, I mean
he has to be one of them.
I mean, this guy's amazing. I've said this, and I'm not just saying it today because of that catch, but if you take the quarterbacks out and you say who's the best player in football right now, or the guy you would like to have, I say it's Randy Moss.
Well, you think about Robert Smith getting a turkey leg. You have to, I think.
Oh yeah. A turkey leg. But if I could take all of football, and you think about Marshall Faulk, you think about a lot of guys, but I think Randy Moss is the best player. He can change a game by himself, and he has today.
Tomorrow, spend the evening with a guy who looks like you feel. Eddie Murphy is the Nutty Professor. Don't miss this family movie tomorrow at 8, 7 Central, right here on Fox. I don't mean you.
What?
Eddie Murphy looks like you feel. The Nutty Professor.
Oh, I was.
You weren't listening?
I was watching ball down there. I'm watching Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss.
I'm glad I didn't offend you. Aikman is back to throw it up the middle to LaFleur. And LaFleur is across the 30, picked up about 7. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Vikings 27, the Cowboys 9. Fox NFL Sunday from Dallas will continue after a word from your local Fox station.
You're watching a Fox NFL Thanksgiving Day special.
To put together a big deal, you need vision and resources. Not enough of one or the other, and the deal falls through. Too much of both? That's just about perfect. Fleet Commercial and Corporate Banking. Cash management, credit solutions, global expertise. Together we're moving forward, always thinking. Fleet.
Mad love for Madden. It's a rainy, cloudy day today. Good day. Good day for Minnesota. Here is Chris Warren, the ball carrier, who's hit behind the line of scrimmage by Tony Williams.
You have to look now and say, who are the best teams in the NFC, and Minnesota, if they're not the best, they have to be right up there. Washington the other night, they beat the St. Louis Rams, who I thought was the best team. But I mean, it has to come from among that group. I would think Washington. In the NFC, we're talking about Washington, Minnesota.
Detroit's 8-4 now. Pass caught by Chris Brazel.
Aikman's pass.
Well, the turkey is coming in.
Yep, we got to take it down there. That's the smoked turkey, right? That's the one that you brought. We get turkeys and turduckens and things from everyone. That's Willie Yarborough on the left there, Joe Mitchell on the right.
Just put it down and get out.
Bringing the ceremonious turkey to the field.
Handling it very carefully.
Would it be something if they slid because it was slick down there? So when the turkey went flying off.
Barry Cantrell.
Oh, that has to be a hold. I just saw something.
Fair catch there.
I just saw something happen in front of the punter, Pat, that can't be legal. I saw two bodies entangle and go head over heels.
Well, there's a flag.
I know it. It was right there. That's what the penalty is. I don't know what happened, but I saw two guys. I mean, Watch this right here. This is what I saw. But I don't know what it is, but there has to be some illegal stuff going on. You see that?
That belongs in the XFL, I think. Full takedown.
Kicking team, the left wing back. The penalty is declined. First down.
The Vikings refuse the penalty and take over, leading 27-9 with 13.5 minutes left to play.
Did you ever see that movie, You've Got Mail? Where this guy and girl fall in love emailing each other a bunch of times? Anyway, they finally meet face to face, and there's this big romantic kiss. Do you know the movie I'm talking about? Did you ever see that one? Well, this guy didn't. Ford F-Series Super Duty. Built Ford tough.
We got to target a new online customer. Consumers who never change their minds and choose gifts with 100% accuracy.
So there's no returns.
Bingo. I call them laser beamers.
And exactly how many of these laser beamers have you found?
4. But that's just in the U.S.
E-returns are inevitable. Now UPS has automated the process, making it quicker and easier, so we can help change merchandise as fast as people change their minds. UPS, moving at the speed of business.
You know what I love about Thanksgiving, Howie?
The turkey terry.
And?
Parades.
And?
Football.
The big sales the day after.
Tomorrow morning only, get this Megabyte robotic hound droid for just $15. Tomorrow at Radio Shack.
This Thanksgiving weekend, save room for dessert.
Oh my God.
Critics rave. Charlie's Angels is the most fun I've had at the movies this season.
Nice!
Charlie's Angels, rated PG-13, now playing.
This Fox NFL special is brought to you by Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers. By Visa, the preferred card of the NFL. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. By Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. And by UPS, moving at the speed of business.
Minnesota leading Dallas 27-9. Hey, Madden, there's going to be moss on your turkey leg. I got an idea. They're right.
Well, that's a prediction.
First and 10, Minnesota at their own 34. Culpepper gives to Robert Smith. Let's go down to D.J. Johnson.
A few minutes ago, you saw Randy Moss make a spectacular catch in the end zone. He did that a couple of weeks ago against Buffalo, and we asked him about it. He said those kind of catches he learned from the master of the sideline, Chris Carter. He said Chris told him, first things first, you secure the ball, let your feet drop, let your body go limp, and it should be a touchdown. That one, perfect example of what Chris Carter taught him. Back up to you, Pat.
Thanks, DJ. You can do that all at once?
If you're Randy Moss,
I guess
you can do it. And Chris Carter could do it, too.
2nd and 5. 2nd and 4 make it. Over to Smith. Robert Smith doesn't get the first. Gets a couple of yards. Stopped by Darren Hambrick.
There's something that's amazing, Pat. This is the Vikings' 27th straight game with more than 300 yards in total offense. And that's the most since the 1949-50 LA Rams. And it's the second longest streak ever. So, I mean, and they're doing it with, we talked about earlier, in essence, a rookie quarterback, Dante Culpepper.
Those LA Rams had the elephant backfield. They had Crazy Legs Hirsch, Bob Waterfield, Norm Van Brocklin.
Yeah.
Tom Fears. They had some weapons, too. Culpepper throws low to Moss. Coming up, don't forget the UPS postgame show. JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris, scores and highlights. And the Fox Sports Ticker with up to the second stats. All coming up here on Fox.
You know, I wonder when they all come out on Thanksgiving. I wonder when people that come to a game, like that live here in Dallas, the game starts at 3 o'clock. Do they have their Thanksgiving dinner before they come to the game or after the game?
We were talking about that on the way to the stadium. My guess is before.
This is a block here. Oops.
Before they come to the game. That's Blaine McGarity, and McGarity is up to about the 35-yard line where the Cowboys will take over. 27-9. Minnesota with a comfortable lead.
Close that hole!
Gents, this isn't college. It's time to show what you got.
If I get beat this time, cold ones for everybody.
Make it a Coors Light and you're on.
I can taste it now.
Done. Ready, Junior? Bring it on.
Ready!
Hold that. Hold that.
Rookie, meet the coach. The old man.
Out of the way, Malone. You're never going to make a block with your center up. Keep it down. Your head up. Your back straight. Keep a leg under you. Drive! Don't forget my beer, Junior.
Coors Light, frost brewed at the edge of freezing.
Like I said, Coors Light for everybody.
Jensen. No hard feelings.
It's not exactly my feelings that hurt, sir.
He's a powerful man, a rich man, a single man. But fate...
Probably gonna want to buckle up, Jack.
...is about to show him the man he could have been.
Come on, Dad, get up!
What's happening to me?
This is a glimpse.
How did I get here?
This isn't my house. You're not my wife.
What? Nicolas Cage.
I'm not a dad.
The Family Man.
I'm in the middle of a deal.
Well, you're working on a new deal now, baby.
Rated PG-13. At theaters December 22nd. The critics are raving. Ally McBeal is back, big time.
Are you really trying to have a serious conversation with a red blinking nose?
I'm sorry. Better?
All new Ally McBeal at 9/8 Central, Fox Monday.
This is how our camera crew gets ready for the big festivities on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, it was a short week, you know,
Yeah.
because they had a game Sunday in Baltimore and a game down here, and then we have another one Sunday in St. Louis. So
now these two guys think we're playing outside in Minnesota.
Well, they're just icing themselves down so they can get rid of the stuff that they got last time to get some new stuff.
Here's Aikman, who's hit just as he let it go. Intended for Jackie Harris. Aikman slow getting up.
And that was John Randall that hit him. And here's John Randall right here. Now he'd been playing the right side. I mean the left side. He went over to the right side that time. And you see what he did to Flozell Adams. Flozell Adams just stands up like he's going to cream puff him. And John Randall just bull rushed him and went right through him. And he clocked Troy Aikman. I mean, if Flozell Adams is going to pass protect, when you get up like that, when he comes in and gets that close, you got to pop him. You just can't stand up there and catch that thing.
Aikman drops again and throws up the middle. Chris Warren shakes the tackle. Another one, and gets into Viking territory.
Flozell Adams got the message that time. He popped John Randall before he got started and didn't let him do it to him.
Finally stopped by Chris Hovan.
Yep, the Cowboys are going with no huddle here, but watch, this is how you have to do it. I mean, you get right there, boom, you pop him right there, and don't let him get started. But that other thing he did, that was bad.
Yep. Here's Aikman dropping again and throwing again and complete again. Jason Tucker made the reception. That's not enough for a first down, about a 7-yard pickup.
And the Cowboys knowing that they need multiple scores here, so they're going without a huddle.
2nd and 2. Hand off to Warren. 2nd and 3, a 3rd and 3. They lost yardage.
Yeah, that's a bad play. 2nd and then 2 and running a draw is a bad play. If you want to get it to run, then just run it in there. If you're going to pass it, but you're not going to fool them there. Now that may have fooled the quarterback sneak. Troy Aikman, numerous concussions this year. And the problem with the quarterback sneak, seriously, with someone that has a history of concussions is to run a quarterback sneak, you have to lead with your head.
Yeah. Well, Troy is upset about something right now.
And you see how he had to lead with his head there, and that's what they have to do in the quarterback sneak. He probably didn't have his people in there to go no huddle.
1st and 10, and Aikman throws up this middle. Wiley makes the catch, and Aikman hit again.
And by Tony Williams. Tony Williams has been giving him a little problem up there, you know, with that pass rush straight up the middle. Again, the Cowboys going no huddle. Tony Williams, the guy that made the hit, darn near didn't get back there.
2nd and 2.
John Randall still over on this side.
Aikman hit LaFleur in the numbers, and he juggled it and dropped it. He had the first down.
You know, and the old Cowboy fans always go back to Jay Novacek.
Yeah, never forget him.
Well, they haven't really had one since he left, and they've had some wide receivers and, you know, backs and linemen, but they haven't. Here's the way now. John Randall tries a spinner there. See, in the spinner, you just catch him, and then you go, and if he's going to have problems, you keep your back into that side. And what Chris Warren did there is what they call chip. You help your tackle by chipping the defensive end.
3rd and 2. Aikman drops and throws, and the pass is snagged by Wayne McGarity. He looks like the guy with the best hands so far.
Yeah, but how about that quarterback in a way? Yep. I mean, because he's getting some pressure, and he's throwing and throwing under some real pressure and throwing some perfect passes.
1st and 10 at the 20. Warren leans forward for a couple, and there's a flag on the play. A late flag.
Yeah, there was a little skirmish over there. It's Ben Fricke, the new Dallas Cowboys center.
Fricke's only 6 feet tall, so Aikman was saying, when I have to get down lower. This is going to be against Dallas.
Yeah, and that's when, I mean, they finally got something going here, and one thing the Cowboys have had all year is stupid penalties.
Yeah.
During the continuing action after the play had ended, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 66 offense.
Ben Fricke.
15-yard penalty remains, first down.
You know, it's usually in one of those things. It's both sides going. I mean, I did see the end of it, and I did see what Fricke was doing. And he was over on the side, right in, you know, front of the official. But usually the other guy does something too.
Yep.
And then the one they catch.
The other guy that did something didn't get caught.
And the other guy who did something usually did something first.
Yes, right. 1st and 24. Aikman drops to throw it. And going deep. Got somebody right through the hands of James McKnight. Dropped it into the basket.
Yep, he sure did. I don't think McKnight's caught a pass yet, has he?
Yes, he caught a couple of short ones.
I don't know, but this is the thing. I mean, he throws it. Robert Tate is right there. He gets his right hand up there. I don't know if he touched it or not. I think he puts his right hand up there and misses. See that there's 3 hands in there. Oh, maybe he did hit it.
He hit it.
He knocked it down.
Yeah, he did.
There were 3 hands in there, 2 of McKnight's and 1 of Tate's, and Robert Tate did knock it down.
2nd and 24, and Aikman fires up the middle, and this one's picked off by Robert Griffith, and Griffith gets it back to the 40, and the Vikings will take over. That one slipped out of Aikman's hands.
John Randall still talking over there to Eric Williams. John Randall played most of the game against Eric Williams and then went over and played on the other side. Here, Robert Griffith, maybe the most underrated good player in the National Football League.
And the Vikings take over.
Mom, we're not going to be able to.
I've been using cellular.
What? You fell for that?
You brought static into the house.
I got rid of it.
What did they teach you at college?
I got this free and clear thing.
You're just like your uncle.
It's different. They're all digital, and their long distance is real. It's nationwide, so you can call from anywhere to anywhere in the country, and there's no extra charge.
No charge?
That makes sense.
Sprint PCS, 1,500 minutes with nationwide long distance for just $34.99.
All of Whoville was singing with no gifts to show. And the Grinch stood there puzzled. How could it be so? Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe the holidays don't come from a store. Maybe the holidays mean just a little bit more.
Just in case we're wrong, a slew of lucky people will get all their Visa holiday purchases free, because Visa and the Grinch are getting back the holidays. From November through December, it all can be free, because Visa is everywhere you want to be.
She will always remember Christmas 2000. How is up to you. A diamond is forever.
Only one man can turn Thanksgiving into Shagsgiving.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
It's the world broadcast premiere. Austin Powers at 8, 7 Central tonight on Fox.
Come on in. Our crew getting ready again. Oh. Wayne Junko.
What was he doing?
I think some groceries were involved. Here's Smith again. Flag on the play.
Margaret, it's the middle of the game. Where is everybody?
I don't know.
Happy Thanksgiving.
There they are. Flag against Minnesota.
You know, Robert Smith already has about 150 yards. That one there is not going to count. We showed earlier the leading rushers against the Cowboys, and in football 3 has been against the Cowboys.
Offense number 73. 10-yard penalty remains. First down.
It's Todd Stussy, the left tackle.
Pat Summerall, John Madden at Texas Stadium, and happy Thanksgiving one more time. Not a happy day for the Cowboys mascot.
It's a happy day for the Minnesota Vikings,
yes,
because as Tom Landry used to say, Thanksgiving is a good day to play on if you win, because then you get a win and you get 10 days before your next game.
Here's Smith again, bouncing it to the outside, and right now for a game break, let's return to James Brown in Los Angeles.
Hey, Pat, a balanced effort today by the Detroit Lions, who are looking to move within one game of the Vikings in the Central. Brian Westbrook having by far his best year. A 101-yard interception return for a score. They win it 34-9. Face the Vikings next Thursday in a huge game. Back to Pat and John.
And the man in the hat in the Ring of Honor at Texas Stadium, Tom Landry.
Yeah, one of the great coaches and one of the great men.
Pass caught by Matthew Hatchett.
I think on Thanksgiving, I think a lot of people give thanks to Tom Landry and what he brought to Dallas and to the Cowboys and what he did for that team over the year.
He brought a lot of class.
Look what these guys have done. Dante Culpepper, 14 for 21, 2 touchdown passes. Robert Smith, I said 150 yards. He has 148 yards. Look at Randy Moss, 7 receptions, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Third and about 10 and a half. Here comes the Cowboys showing blitz, and there they come, and there's the pass completion to Hatchett.
That's good defense, though. I mean, it's probably too much too late, but you get him in 3rd and long, and then you come on a blitz, and you make him throw before he's ready to throw. So he has to throw that ball shorter, and then you make the tackle. And that's the thing. You don't want to show it. You don't want to show it. You come, you put the pressure on that side. He has to throw to that side, but that's a zone dog, and you dog and you zone in behind it, and then you get 4th down and have to punt.
Mitch Berger back to do the punting for Minnesota. This is a rocket that goes over the head of Wayne McGarity. And out of the end zone, they'll bring it back to the 20. 6 minutes left to play, and Minnesota leading 27-9.
Why is everyone so quiet? Shh. Sunday dinner. He's gonna pick one of us to go inside. What's inside? Football, dinner, Bud Light. Bud Light? Hey, yo, over here! You idiot. Oh, pick me, pick me, pick me! Hey, easy.
That is one dumb turkey. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Run for your lives!
It's knowing unprecedented opportunities exist overseas. It's using a proven growth process driven by first-hand research. It's discovering companies with exceptional promise anywhere in the world. The American Century International Growth Fund. It's what we call American exploration. American Century Investments. Contact us or your investment professional.
Remember the A-Team? Now there was an odd bunch of individuals. They always had some cockamamie scheme to get out of a jam. It never sounded like it would work, but of course it always did. Week after week, same time, same channel. Those were my boys. The Ford F-150 Super Cruise. Built Ford tough.
After Thanksgiving, have your family join the guy who looks like you'll feel. It's gonna blow! Eddie Murphy is the Nutty Professor, a special Friday movie tomorrow at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
You shaved this morning? Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, from Fox.
Boy, what a production that is. That's up here in the booth with us.
Yeah, those are the guys up here.
I was overcome by the talent. Look at that decoration.
Their faces.
Nellie's got to get a haircut. I've thought that for some time. Pass is caught by Tucker from Aikman. That was our spotter, Wayne Fiddleman. Stage manager, Rich Nelson. Rick Odioso, who keeps stats for us. So capably. 1st and 10, Cowboys. To Chris Warren.
Ball right here.
And Warren gets up to about the 44, 43-yard line, make it. Aikman again, no huddle.
Tackle by number 52, Kylie Warren.
Quiet day for Chris Carter.
Yeah, he only caught 2 passes, but again, his guys are Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss, and they sure did their job.
Aikman to Jackie Harris. That'll move the sticks. The clock also continues to move.
And this has to be tough for the Dallas Cowboys because they were thinking playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Maybe even Super Bowl when they started, and then you start losing and losing and losing, and pretty soon all you're going to do is just finish the season.
That's Wayne McGarity, who ducked under 1 tackle. They started to head upfield, and the Vikings came.
And with the Cowboys, they still have some parts. They just don't have enough of them.
Yep. 2nd and 5, and Aikman again. Dropped by Warren. Looked like they had the right call. That was a screen pass.
I don't know if that was the right call or not because they were coming up on that outside very, very hard.
Our crew again wishing themselves a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, kids.
The tape area.
You see the guy sleeping back there?
Yeah, I did.
Tryptophan.
Put the red 4 on the black.
Somebody's got to get this show on the wall, on the road.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Madeline.
Yeah, you see what there's right about now on Thanksgiving Day, tryptophan kicks in. So for those people that are getting tired, there's something in turkey that makes you sleepy. Tryptophan.
That's LaFleur, who leans down to about the 32. When you consider the elements and the way the Cowboys looked last Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens, it was a good crowd today. Excellent crowd.
And I think it's a tradition, of every Thanksgiving Day, the Cowboys play here, and it's something tradition. You go, you take your family, you go to the football game, and there's some people that say that maybe they ought to change it around, but I don't agree with that.
No, I don't either.
I like tradition. I mean, when no one wanted to do it, the Dallas Cowboys and Tex Rams said, we'll do it. No one else wanted it.
It had been done for years in Detroit, going all the way back to 1934.
And then when they wanted a second game, Dallas was the only team that would do it.
LaFleur makes the catch, stretches for the first down. Ed McDaniel. Coming up, the post-game show, JB, Terry, and Chris. Scores and highlights, Fox Sports ticker, up to the second stats, all of the news of both games today, all the highlights. As the clock continues to run.
It was interesting. We were talking about Troy Aikman as we looked there, that He said this is the first time that he's really going to evaluate what he's going to do, whether he's going to retire or continue to play. But it's going to be the first time he's ever going to consider the physical part. Every other time when we would decide a time frame, like I said earlier, it didn't include physical. But now with the concussions and with the back, he said he's going to consider whether he should play anymore after this year.
Well, the concussion problem and the headaches that he was having have sort of gone away now. It's the back that's his main concern.
Yeah, and it's a facet joint. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but
that's what he said.
Yeah, it's a facet joint on the left side that is deteriorated.
Down low in his spinal column. First and 10 at the Minnesota 22 for the Cowboys. The fire throw is to LaFleur again.
You know, just as interest, just in dynamics or in whatever it is, physics, how can a guy like Robert Griffith hit a big guy like LaFleur with just his shoulder and knock him sideways?
That has something to do with that joint you were talking about.
The facet?
Yes. Good leverage in the facet.
Something. I mean that Robert Griffith has something.
This pass is caught by Jason Tucker.
Because he's not a big guy.
No.
You know, he's out of San Diego State. He was a free agent, and he's one tough guy. I mean, he's a good tackler. He's a good cover guy. You look at this. He's had 9 tackles, an interception, leads the team. I mean, he's everywhere. You know, you run, he's there.
Defense, number 94.
But you know, there have been some little guys in the history of the NFL who have delivered really tough blows. Griffith's one of those guys, but there have been some players who didn't weigh much that were the hardest hitters. Look at Ronnie Lott, although he was a good-sized guy.
Yeah, and you know, I had one Jack Tatum.
Yeah, sure,
that, you know, wasn't a real big guy, and Robert Griffith is really in that same category of not big guys, but whatever they weigh, they hit with more than that.
Aikman up the middle, touchdown. David LaFleur. Well, they've been waiting and waiting for a long time for David LaFleur. He's been playing with an injury all year long. They've been waiting for him to show some spark. And maybe in these last 2 drives, he's shown it.
Well, in this game, you could tell that that David LaFleur is more in the offensive game plan than he has been, because, like I said earlier, as a tight end this year, when they wanted a pass receiving tight end, it's been Jackie Harris. Cowboys are going for 2 here, and then I would imagine they'll go for an onside kick. 12 points down.
3 receivers to the right, and Aikman looks and lofts it in that direction, and there's nobody out in that direction, but there's a flag on the play. They have to have grabbed one of those receivers based on where he threw the ball.
And now what do? Now you get the ball half the distance to the goal line.
You run it again.
Well, you know, if you had Emmitt Smith, you know, this could be a running down. I think without Emmitt Smith, I think it's going to still be a passing down, even though you get the penalty.
Pass interference. Defense, number 20. As the foul occurred in the end zone, the ball be placed at the 1-yard line.
Kenny Wright.
Replay the try.
See, that's the thing. It's now you got the ball on the 1-yard line. And if you had Emmitt Smith, it would be a better chance at run pass. I think even though it's a 1-yard line and it's a try for 2 points, I still think this is a passing situation without Emmitt Smith.
Unless he sneaks it.
He got a trip thing going there.
The handoff is to Chris Warren, and he's not going to make it.
Without Emmitt Smith, I still think this is a passing situation.
This week on Fox NFL Sunday, Howie visits the Eagles, who are preparing for their first place showdown with the Redskins. Plus, Terry sits down with Raider Tim Brown. Then the Eagles and Redskins square off in a key battle for NFC East supremacy. Or the game we'll do, the Saints take on the Rams. Or other regional action. It all starts at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, with America's favorite pregame show. Check your local listings.
they got to the 1-yard line, and they went to decide to go to the run, and they decided they would go with a draw play. Whew.
Man, that's not right.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Something needs to be rewired, I think.
Well, those are the guys that work the umpire cam. And we're going to get, you see here, we got all these guys lined up here. They're lined up right there, ready to go on the onside kick, which means they're going to kick it, the onside kick to their left. And you see the Vikings are waiting on that side.
The ball went through everybody to the last man, who was Matthew Hatchett, who caught it and fell out of bounds after he got possession. This is remarkable that it gets through everybody.
Now again, these guys here can't touch it until it goes 10 yards.
Now it's gone.
And they just bring, now it's gone 10 yards. Now there should be a big collision there, but no one was behind there to catch the ball other than the Viking Matthew Hatchett.
So the Vikings take over, leading 27-15, 2:29 left to play. An impressive performance by the Vikings and a courageous performance by the Cowboys. Mo Williams gets the carry.
And one of the things that the Vikings still do, even though they have a new center in Matt Burke, who's doing a heck of a job.
Good center.
Yeah, he's out of Harvard, and he's taking Jeff Christie's place, or went to Tampa Bay, but they still pull him on that last play. That was the thing that Jeff Christie always did, and you always thought that was because he was smaller, but now they got Matt Burke in there, and he's still pulling, and that gives them a bigger middle in there than they had before.
We're going to get the 2-minute warning, with Minnesota leading Dallas 27-15.
This Fox NFL special is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better.
Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better, yeah. You make the world go around and round. You pick it up, can't put it down. Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better. You make the world
I'm the Firestorm cordless drill. I've got a 2-speed gearbox for higher torque, so I pack a bigger punch. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. I'm the Firestorm cordless drill. I am built by Black & Decker.
You know what I love about Thanksgiving, Howie?
The turkey terry,
And?
parades,
And?
football.
The big sales the day after.
Tomorrow morning only, get this Megabyte robotic hound droid for just $15. Tomorrow at Radio Shack.
They came in search of a fortune.
What the hell is that? Whatever it is, it's inside.
What they unleashed
What happened in there?
is the greatest evil the world has ever known. He's real.
So you haven't told me your name.
We're all so much more complicated than our names. Wes Craven presents Dracula 2000. Rated R. In theaters everywhere Friday, December 22nd.
The playoff race heats up as the Saints battle the Rams. Fox NFL Sunday this week.
You're right, John. There are a lot of Minnesota fans here, including their biggest fan, their owner, Red McCombs.
Red McCombs, and he was just down there in that end zone leading cheers of a group of Minnesota fans.
Culpepper hands to Mo Williams. The latest information that we have on Emmitt Smith is that he has a concussion. He had a concussion. He's in the locker room, and that's, for the moment, all we know. He grabbed his head, if those of you who were with us, grabbed his head on the way down from the collision. So there wasn't much doubt about whether or not he had a concussion. 3rd and 4, and the handoff again from Culpepper to Mo Williams. We'd like to take a moment to thank Principal Hardy, Mrs. Trussler, and all the kids at the Schwarzkopf Elementary in Sterling Heights, Michigan, for participating in our annual Thanksgiving Day tradition. The kids are refreshing. They have some different ideas, and they're not afraid to express them.
And they're part of the Thanksgiving tradition.
Yep.
The whole thing, the kids, the football players, the stadiums, the fans.
The six-legged turkey.
That one sign said doesn't get any better than that.
That's right.
Thanksgiving.
Bob Mueller.
Happy holidays.
Mike Roig.
Happy Thanksgiving, Christopher.
Happy Thanksgiving, Zachary, Alexa, and Elia.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Director and producer, Sandy Grossman. Bob Stinner. Next, Austin Powers is coming to Fox in the world broadcast premiere of Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. That's tonight at 8/7 Central here on Fox.
Well, the Minnesota Vikings are sure in great shape. I mean, they get to 10 days before their next game. They have a 10-2 record, and Denny Green has this car going in the right direction.
Here comes the six-legged turkey. We'll be back to present the drumsticks here in Dallas.
This Friday, Zales is opening early with an extra $100 to $300 savings from 8 to 10 a.m. Like this stunning $399 1-carat diamond line bracelet for just $199. Or these classic $499 half-carat diamond stud earrings, only $399. And this elegant $499 half-carat diamond platinum channel band for just $299. Friday morning only at Zales stores nationwide or shop online at zales.com.
There's a little town where people work just once a week. And all the locals know your name.
Hey, Steve. Junior. The usual? You know it.
This town's called NFL.com, and you can be there with the new Smart Visa cards with remarkable chip technology. Because with Visa, you can buy anything from NFL.com, where they don't take American Express, not even Blue.
Yeah, it's called The Legend of Zelda, and there's this renegade moon that comes crashing into the earth. But that was Grandma.
And you've got a video game to play, mister.
We're all counting on you, son.
Sorry, I've got to go save the world.
Drink Dr. Pepper and enter our sweepstakes for a chance to win the ultimate video game room. Instant win prizes include a Nintendo 64 game system, the new Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask game, and free Dr. Pepper.
The moon's not getting any further away, genius.
Play like there's no tomorrow.
Mom, I'm telling you. Mom, we're not going to be able to...
I've been using cellular.
What? You fell for that?
You brought static into the house.
I got rid of it.
Did they teach you at college?
No, I got this free and clear thing.
You're just like your uncle.
It's different. They're all digital, and their long distance is real. It's nationwide, so you can call from anywhere to anywhere in the country, and there's no extra charge.
No charge?
No, that makes sense.
Sprint PCS, 1,500 minutes with nationwide long distance for just $34.99.
My name is Master Chief Billy Sunday, and I am God.
The Los Angeles Times calls Men of Honor dynamic entertainment with a punch.
You'll be dead before you get to him.
A must-see movie. It will have audiences cheering. Men of Honor. Rated R. Now playing.
Tomorrow, for just 4 hours from 7 to 11 a.m. at Sears, David Taylor dress shirts will be 50% off, and David Taylor ties, 50% off. But only until 11, and only at Sears. Give the good life at a great price, guaranteed.
Welcome to the UPS Postgame Show, brought to you by UPS, moving at the speed of business.
Minnesota wins at 27-15 on Thanksgiving Day at Texas Stadium, and they're the turkey leg winners.
Randy Moss, Robert Smith, Chris Carter, Dante Culpepper.
Are we really winners if we have to eat it?
No, of course you have to eat it. That's what,
I don't know why you guys have me.
I think that makes us winners.
I think they have me here to bless the food.
So we have you there. Tell us about Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss.
Well, if I can stay between them and referee them every once in a while, they want to have a boxing match on the field. So if I can just keep them from fighting each other, I think we're going to be all right. But Dante, tremendous composure, especially for a young quarterback, limited amount of experience. But he also realized he doesn't have to win the game for us. We got great weapons. You got Smitty running the ball, playing, him and Marshall Faulk. They're the best two players in the NFL right now. Then you got Randy. Randy's going to make his plays, especially when you show up, John. He's definitely going to try.
I know it. I love that. Hey,
I told him already.
Hey, Randy, how do you keep both feet in bounds like that? How do you do that?
Well, I just learned, these past 3 years, I've been looking at greatness. And so, I gotta take what he give me.
Well, we're watching greatness right now, number 84.
All right.
Super Freak.
That's him.
That's Super Freak. If there's a better player in the NFL, I don't know who it is. And Robert, it seems like every time you run with the ball, they're still fooled by how fast you are. You think they're ever going to catch up with that?
I hope not. That's working to my advantage right now. I hope it continues to do so.
I mean, how do you do that? I mean, how do you, change and burst and go to inside and outside and all those things?
I think it really is just the way that I run. I think that I have such a long stride that people get confused a little bit. They think that I'm not moving that fast and just kind of move by them.
They feel the same way about me, too.
Well, let's talk to number 11, Dante Culpepper. They talk about your composure, your maturity. Can you explain all that, how you've done so well?
Well, the main thing, I got great veteran players around me, and we work hard every day in practice, and we practice how we play, and that's basically how it goes, and I got the guys to help me, so I know I'm not out there by myself. We just all do it together.
Denny Green said that he didn't give you the car, he just gave you the keys, and you're driving that thing. Randy, where are you riding in it?
Shotgun.
Definitely shotgun.
I'm shotgun. Got Dante driving, got Smitty and CC. Well, you can put everybody, put three on the lap. So, we just have a nice group of guys here, man. We just have a
right
nice
next to
family.
him, shouting directions at him.
Definitely. I'm just a mechanic to make sure they got oil and make sure it runs well.
How about any arguments during the games? Does that ever happen?
We thought we saw one today.
Every week?
Oh, yeah.
Man, I think that has a lot to do with everybody here just being a competitor. I think that Robert expects a lot out of us, out of the receivers downfield to block and springing for a touchdown. And, we expect a lot out of Dante to get us the ball. And Dante, want us to catch the ball. So, just by everybody being competitors, of course, you're going to have a few arguments.
Yeah, but Robert's never in them, and Robert's arms, your arms are getting bigger. I mean, I'm just looking at that.
I need to get my legs a little bigger, is what I hear. But.
Man, are you jealous?
You got a couple of guns here, man.
Take one of those big arms and rip off.
Yeah, right. Take those legs off there and hold them up. Just grab one off there. That's it. Dante, grab one off there and hold it up.
I know, Fox.
Congratulations.
Yo, man, it's for all the people back in Minnesota, West Virginia, Ohio, Florida. This for everybody. Yo, we deserve it, baby.
Thank you, guys. Thanks very much.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody back at home. I love you.
See you down the road.
Kids, happy Thanksgiving, baby. Hey, Mr. Man, Mr. Summerall.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving, fellas.
And to you, too.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, this play of the game is brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Vote for your favorite Dr. Pepper play of the day and enter the Dr. Pepper Big Game Day Sweepstakes. And what else could it be but this from Culpepper to Moss? And get his feet down. He's an artist. Enter the Dr. Pepper Big Game Day Sweepstakes by logging on to foxsports.com. This is Pat Summerall for John Madden and DJ Johnson saying so long from Dallas, where once again the final score is the Vikings 27, the Cowboys 15. For those of you on the West Coast, stay tuned for JB Terry and Chris with highlights of today's game. For the rest of you, we send you now to local programming. We'll see you Sunday at noon Eastern Time. And happy Thanksgiving.
Fox Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. The NFL is online at www.nfl.com. The NASCAR Winston Cup Series, Speed Week, and the 43rd running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. This has been a presentation of Fox Sports.
To put together a big deal, you need vision and resources. Not enough of one or the other, and the deal falls through. Too much of both, that's just about
Providence, New Bedford. You're watching Fox Sports, home to the World Series, the NFC Championship, and in February, the 43rd running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. Thanksgiving football has given us many memories that are sure to last a lifetime. Memories filled with unlikely heroes.
Here's Longley. He's going for all the marbles from Harrison.
Superhuman performances.
Randy Moss breaks a tackle, and Randy Moss races down the sideline, and Randy Moss just outruns everybody into the end zone. He is incredible.
And fantastic finishes.
He breaks through to the 25 to the 30. Coming to the near sideline. He's to the 40. He's to the 50. Down the sideline. He's to the 30. He's a score. He's going to win it. A kickoff return by Davey Williams.
Thanksgiving football has given us many memories that are sure to last a lifetime. Memories filled with unlikely heroes.
Here's Longley. He's going for all the marbles from Harrison. He's over.
Superhuman performances.
Randy Moss breaks a tackle, and Randy Moss races down the sideline, and Randy Moss just outruns everybody into the end zone. He is incredible.
And fantastic finishes.
He breaks through to the 25 to the 30. Coming to the near sideline. He's to the 40. He's to the 50. Down the sideline. He's to the 30. He's a score. He's going to win it. A kickoff return by Davey Williams. 95 yards. And the Bears win it in unbelievable fashion.
Today, on this special day, the Vikings and Cowboys add another chapter to this storied and hallowed tradition.
There's just certain things that go together. You know, the turkey, the family, the tradition, football, and we have it all today.
Welcome to the UPS pregame show, brought to you by UPS, moving at the speed of business.
The perfect guy to kick off our Thanksgiving coverage, the Vikings, Culpepper, who's been cooking 23 touchdown passes. That's second in the NFC. Today, his 9-2 Vikings look to gobble up the Cowboys, led by Troy Aikman, who's trying to keep his boys hungry in Dallas. They're starving for a win at 4-7. Folks, we welcome you here to Los Angeles, California, Studio 2A. Football and Thanksgiving, they go hand in hand like turkey and stuffing. Today, the Vikings and Cowboys continue what has become a tradition indeed. Hello again, everyone. I'm James Brown. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you, and welcome to the UPS pregame show in this Fox NFL special. Joining me now, three guys whom I'm very thankful to have as dear friends.
Have you had your turkey already, big guy?
Oh, don't you even start that. Look at this here. Look at that here. Hey, let me just say this real quickly first. This is in recognition of
Autism awareness.
Thank you guys very much. You know the mistake I made last time. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, fellas.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to my mom and dad in Shreveport, my brothers there, all the families out there. Have a great day.
You like my new haircut?
Love it.
Fourth one in 4 weeks.
That's right.
Oh, creativity. All right.
All
right, folks, let's whet your appetite with our Fox Watch. Today, Dallas is playing for pride. Minnesota is playing for a home field advantage in the playoffs. And even with all the talk about tradition, the high-powered Vikings can turn this into a modern-day shootout. Pat Summerall and John Madden are calling their 20th Thanksgiving game together. And, fellas, happy Thanksgiving.
And a happy Thanksgiving to you, JB. It's been 20 great years. But today it's raining in Dallas, and we'll just have to wait and see if that's going to be too much of a factor. But we will see a lot of firepower from these Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, man, this is just fun being here on Thanksgiving, just being at a game and being with you. There's some places you just feel that on this day you belong right here, and I think we belong right here, and it's been an enjoyable 20 years. And we're going to see the Minnesota Vikings today, as you see. And I think before the season started, if you were to say, you know, who's the good teams, who's the bad teams, who the average teams, you'd probably say that the Vikings were going to be one of the bad teams. So I think if you say who's the biggest surprise in the NFL this year, I think it's the Minnesota Vikings as a team. I think as a player, it's Culpepper. And of course, he has a lot lot of weapons. I mean, you realize you start off with the fact that the Minnesota Vikings are #1 in rushing in the league. And then they have Dante Culpepper, we're talking about throwing. How about the guys he's throwing to? He has Chris Carter on one side and Randy Moss on the other side, who I think is one of the best players in all of football.
And Robert Smith just having a great year, too, for the Vikings. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys back there in the studio.
All right, Pat and John, thank you guys so very much. You know, as they were talking about Minnesota on the other end of the scale, Dallas, you're surprised that they have not retooled sooner.
Yeah, I'm personally very surprised, and I think they blew it this year by not starting the rebuilding process. You look at what's going on in San Francisco right now, and really those two franchises sort of paralleled each other. They were great together. They got bad together. But San Francisco admitted it, started to rebuild. Now Jeff Garcia is on track to be a good quarterback. Their defense, very young defense, over the last couple of weeks, they're starting to play better. But for the Dallas Cowboys, their rebuilding process is still years away.
Yes, Chris, you know, if I'm Jerry Jones, and I think Jerry Jones is a smart man, and to prove that to me this year, I think here's what he has to do. I think he has to go out. He has to allow Dave Campo, if in fact Dave Campo stays as the head coach of the Cowboys, let Dave Campo bring in his people. They have no draft choices. This is a bad football team. It's not going to get any better, Howie. But who was that coach that said, if you want me to cook the dinner, let me buy the groceries?
Bill Parcells. You got it.
Let him control it. Jerry, just run the operation.
Well, to add to those problems, Troy Aikman, and there's been a lot of speculation on whether Troy will, in fact, retire. When you talk about 9 concussions, when he starts taking six shots in the back every week, he ought to think about retiring. He's due a roster bonus on March 8th of $7 million. If he retires after the season, the cap hit next year is $10 million. If he retires after June 1st, the cap hit will be deferred out over 2 seasons. $7 million a season. Something to think about.
There you go, man.
TB, are you upset with that $7 million figure?
No.
Not at all.
We only got a small jet to go with that, just a small one.
And by the way, TB, he has been red hot. That is Jimmy. Coming up, he's still one of the best receivers in the game.
Thanks,
and
Jimmy.
considering where Chris Carter has been, folks, that in itself is amazing.
Every day I wake up, you know, a drug addict or an alcoholic, and that's something that I'll never be able to live it down. I'll always have that with me.
We got to target a new online customer. Consumers who never change their minds.
NFL Special is brought to you by UPS, moving at the speed of business. By Zales, the Diamond Store. By Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular. And by E-Trade. It's your money.
Well, it's only a half-hour show, which means that you still get Jimmy's pick, just no long introduction.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I know I probably won't be mentioned during the mealtime prayer at the Collinsworth House this year, but for those of you who've been putting my picks to use for the last 5 weeks, you have a lot to thank me for. With that said, today, I'll take the Vikings over the Cowboys. Ooh, something's ready. Look at that. Turkey Bradshaw. Delicious.
All right, folks. All of you Cowboys fans, if you think you can beat Jimmy's pick, give it a shot. Log on to foxsports.com and see what you've got. Up next, you'll have a chance to say something in a minute. The Vikings, Chris Carter. Carter needs 7 catches to become only the 2nd player in NFL history with 1,000 receptions.
Okay, tell me the difference.
The interactive puppy, 50% off until 11. Sit, stay, buy at Sears.
This is Troy Aikman. He donates his time to the United Way by spending time with kids in his community. He takes volunteering seriously. So far, this has been unacceptable. All right, we're going to go I right jet, scat right, 068 F hook swing. All right, so everybody got that? All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do then. Everybody's going to go along, all right? Except you, Julio, you're blocking. Very seriously. Come on, let's quit goofing off. We haven't got to play right all day.
Hello, hello. Fox is turning Thanksgiving into Shagsgiving.
Well, don't look at me like I'm Frankenstein. Give your father a hug.
With the world broadcast premiere of...
That really hurt.
Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
And after stuffing your face, spend time with a guy who looks like you feel.
He's gonna blow!
Eddie Murphy is the Nutty Professor tomorrow. Austin Powers tonight on Fox.
Fabulous.
just win or loss and let it be light. He also never needed poetic brothers with mics. Well, what the heck is it? That's get dominated. Are you kidding me?
Boy, that was awesome.
Why is it always rap music? Why couldn't we have a little country music, a little Merle Haggard or somebody like that?
That was a little bit of jazz in that, too. That was awesome. And as we welcome you back to this Fox NFL special, Thanksgiving will always have a special meaning for the Vikings' Chris Carter because it's his birthday. However, with Chris, it's more than that. It's more than just one day of the year. It's also about looking to the future and never forgetting the past. Pam Oliver has Chris's uplifting story.
People really don't want to hear the truth. And if you want to hear my story, then that's what you're going to have to brace your ears for, because that's what it's all about. It's about addiction. It's about making mistakes.
Through an unquenchable desire to be the best, Chris Carter has reached near perfection on the football field. But the game of life at times has been a different story.
You know, when Darryl Strawberry said he wanted to kill himself, he didn't want to live, I understood that. And I understood exactly how he felt. I mean, he's helpless. He's helpless. And the thing about addiction and alcoholism, it's just like cancer.
But nobody's talking about Chris Carter wondering why he keeps running into the same old trouble.
You're right. I do have it's a good end to the story, but just a few wrong turns here or there, I could be just like them.
His story begins in Middletown, Ohio. The small town, steeped in a strong sports tradition, appealed to Chris's mother, Joyce Stafford. Poor, twice divorced, with 7 kids to raise, pretty much alone, she knew sports provided opportunities for Chris and his siblings to rise above their circumstances.
The game plan was for the 4 oldest, the boys, to get scholarships and go off to school and come back and help me educate the 3 girls.
The plan worked. He flourished at Ohio State before a sports agent scandal cost him his senior season. Reeling out of control, the Eagles picked him up in the '87 supplemental draft. But drugs, booze, and poor work habits defined Carter's early NFL life until teammate Reggie White intervened.
He could see what was going on. And the thing about him, though, he always loved me. He never condemned me.
If he would have asked me what I thought about, him, I would have been honest with him, straight up honest with him, because I cared about him.
When I began to finally come out of it and begin to stop denying what I was doing, and he said he knew all the time.
White may have believed in Carter, but the Eagles gave up. Minnesota claimed him off waivers for a mere $100, and the rest has been an 11-year assault on the NFL history books. Bigger than that, Carter's been clean for over a decade.
How did you quit with all of that and to become the person who's sitting here today?
And my wife. My wife was initially what kind of pushed the rock off the cliff in my relationship with her. And just reflecting on my life and really looking at my life honestly, what I really saw was a kid, who was growing up to be a lot like my father, because my father, wasn't there for me when I was growing up, and my mom did all she could.
How did you explain that to your kids, that phase of your life?
Well, it was difficult. One day I was speaking, and I was talking to young people about drugs and alcohol and how I had used drugs and alcohol. My little boy, Deron, he was like, wow. I really had to sit down and explain to him. I think he was 7 at the time. I had to sit down and explain to him the choices that I made and the reason why I make the choices I make today.
Choices like pushing his body to its limit every summer in Florida and dedicating himself fully to his faith while serving the Minneapolis community as tirelessly as he plays the game.
We all know what drives him. God drives him. But he just has a willingness to just get better. I don't know how he does it.
What's the thing you're seeking most?
Ultimately for me is to have people like Randy Moss and Dante Culpepper, when they're playing and they are the best players in the league, to say, wow, when Chris worked with me, he did everything right by me. He didn't hold anything from me. He taught me about life. He taught me about football. And he told me the truth.
Nice job, Pam Oliver. And Howie, as you indicated, Chris Carter gives Buddy Ryan a lot of credit for cutting him. That was a catalyst to turn his life around, but it certainly would be nice if a lot of young players would take heed for what Chris Carter and the likes of Irving Fryer have done.
Yeah, and Randy Moss and Dante Culpepper are the benefactors of having a guy like Chris Carter around. You know, it's interesting when you talk about Dante Culpepper, guys like Doug Williams and James Harris paved the way for these young quarterbacks, in particular Steve McNair and Dante Culpepper, to be the players they are in the NFL and have the opportunity. I'm happy to say skin is no longer an issue at the quarterback position, and it shouldn't be. These guys are now paving the way for big quarterbacks. We're seeing guys that are ahead of their time. Jim Brown was ahead of his time. Eric Dickerson was ahead of his time. Kellen Winslow was ahead of his time. Lawrence Taylor was ahead of his time. What we're seeing now is we're going to be seeing 265-pound quarterbacks, and happy to have it. Usually they say, hey, you go play tight end or linebacker. 265-pound quarterback.
Well, you know, I can't help but look at Dante Culpepper and marvel at the job he's done. But I'll go back to what John Madden said earlier today on our show, the fact that his maturation is directed right at Randy Moss, at Chris Carter, at Robert Smith. I remember one of the competitive quarterbacks I played against said, well, Bradshaw wouldn't have been any good if they hadn't had Franco Harris, Lynn Swann, and John Stallworth. Well, duh. No, I mean, who is? So Culpepper, definitely the real deal.
You give them a little credit now, huh?
Absolutely. What are you talking about? What do you mean them? What's
I'd like to update a story that we aired last Thanksgiving concerning Lions defensive tackle James Jones and his wife, Sanjay. Now, if you recall, Sanjay Jones had a life-threatening kidney disease, but after successful kidney and pancreas transplant surgery this past January, I'm happy to report that she's back at home 100% and very, very thankful.
I feel great. I'm able to do things. I'm not prohibited by anything. I don't have to do dialysis. I'm no longer prohibited by diet. I'm no longer a diabetic. I don't take shots anymore. My life is totally different. I don't remember not being sick as a child. So to have this new life at 30, and what a gift to get when you turn 30. I'm, you know, coming into my womanhood and I'm healthy, and it's really great.
Folks, without organ donation, Sanjay Jones would not be able to enjoy the healthy life she is living today. So if you want to make a difference and would like to find out more about organ donations, just dial the number you see on the screen there, 1-800-848-8836. Perhaps you can save someone's life. And Chris, I know you've got a personal story on that.
Yeah, my sister-in-law Beth needs a kidney like thousands of people, and I know organ donation is not an easy decision, but on this Thanksgiving, I would ask that you think about it. Take the time to consider it because it really saves lives.
My high school basketball coach, Morgan Wooten, would certainly second that. He had a liver transplant as well and still alive today. All right, folks, we've got plenty more to come on this Fox NFL special. But first, one guy who's been real special for the Vikings, running back Robert Smith, who leads the NFC in rushing.
Tomorrow, for just 4 hours from 7 to 11 a.m. at Sears, David Taylor dress shirts will be 50% off, and David Taylor ties, 50% off. But only until 11, and only at Sears. Give the good life at a great price, guaranteed.
Think they're close? Look at that shave. That's total closeness from the new Remington TCT with total closeness technology. It shaves even the toughest spots, like your neck, totally close. Total closeness or your money back.
Can I have my face back now?
You could grab an off-the-shelf computer for someone you love this holiday, or give them a computer that's built uniquely for them. A truly personal computer that's been turned into a music machine, or movie theater, or photo gallery, with training classes so they can get the most out of it. We think you can spot the better gift. Start with a fully loaded Gateway PC for less than $23 a month, including a year of America Online. Call 1-800-GATEWAY, where people rule.
The Simpsons go broke. Your credit card has been rejected.
What are you going to do about it?
The Simpsons, all new 8/7 Central, Fox Sunday.
Professional Image at True Fall River Wholesale Outlet is having their holiday season sale from November 20th through December 3rd. Get started on your holiday shopping at great savings. 100% merino wool suits, suggested retail $350, priced at $135.99. Cashmere blend sport coats, suggested retail $220, priced at $94.99. Save hundreds of dollars on comparable products at Professional Image at Fall River. Take Route 195 or Route 24 to Route 79, Fall River. Get off of the North Main Street exit, first right on Weaver, and follow the signs. Professional Image, the image of success for less.
Stand up, listen, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen!
Oh, the
holiday season is once again upon us, and Pride Auto Group has an offer that'll really get you into the holiday spirit. Visit Pride today and you can receive a $1,000 holiday shopping spree.
With the purchase of any vehicle at any Pride location, just in time for the holidays. A $1,000 holiday shopping spree gift certificate with the purchase of any new or pre-owned vehicle. Visit Pride today.
But don't wait. The holidays will come and go before you know it.
Keeping pace in today's world may sometimes be difficult. John M. Calvino Law Associates work together, dedicated to our client satisfaction through hard work and commitment. We help you get through the legal process quickly and professionally. Confidence in the law firm you choose is essential. John M. Calvino Law Associates, 785-9400. That's 785-9400.
And we'd like to welcome those of you who watched Detroit upend the Patriots 34-9. Detroit now 8-4. We will have highlights of that coming up for you at halftime of our program today. The Vikings' Randy Moss had the Cowboys saying no Moss the last time out. He is looking for a big game today. Final thoughts coming up next.
This Friday, Zales is opening early with The New York Times says NFL This Morning is a 2-hour calamity and that the cast would belch their way through their college fight songs if given the green light.
Sounds good to me.
We may not have the same taste as the Times, but we sure know how to have fun. NFL This Morning on Fox Sports Net.
Let's give thanks to the U.S. military overseas. And folks, next month, we'll be able to do just that in person on December 16th and 17th. We'll broadcast our pregame show from the Mediterranean Sea on an aircraft carrier, the USS Harry S. Truman. Join us for the Truman Show right here on Fox. And on the 16th, our show will come your way at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Folks, on Final Thoughts, Howie and Chris have given up their time because Terry has a significant statement.
Senator from Louisiana.
Drum roll, please.
Significant.
For what reason? What's the reason?
You have something to say?
Nah.
25 seconds left, Terry. This significant statement.
If you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you're watching this game today. Good